A new study out this morning is the first in the nation to estimate the number of students who will be learning virtually this fall. Steve Liesman has an exclusive on that story for us. Steve.
Well, thanks very much. Yes, this new study by the online startup Burbio finds that more than half of students in the U.S. will be studying virtually when they go back to school or have already gone back to school this late summer. 52% will be doing virtual learning only, according to this study by Burbio. They aggregate community and school calendars and put them online. 25% will be in-person only, and 19% some form of a hybrid. 4% remain undecided. I'm surprised that number is not higher. Looking at a map of the country, and you can see certain obvious trends. Look at the states in the Southwest where they've had the virus outbreak. And then look up, and you can see those are the in-person index is very low there, more virtual there. Look at the Northeast, and you can see they're coming back, including that big decision by New York Governor Mario Cuomo to allow schools to open in the state, including New York City. But I think Texas does the best job of showing what's going on in the country. Look at the Texas Panhandle. Those are going to be in-person only. It's a largely rural area. But then look at southern Texas, also a rural area where they've had more of an outbreak from San Antonio on south, and that's going to be virtual. Harris County is a great example of all of the differences that we're seeing across the country. The city itself of Houston will be virtual, but some of the school districts in that county of Harris County are going to be in person. So decisions, wrenching decisions being made district by district and indeed school by school. But the trend found by Burbio is that it's more towards online learning. The co-founder Julie Roach writing, "We have seen a dramatic shift to online-only learning in the past 3 weeks. Many districts have thresholds for COVID-19 levels that could result in converting back to remote learning." You've had decisions made, guys, that the decisions have been reversed and gone the other way, and there may yet be additional decisions made. Becky, as you know, these are not easy decisions. There is no right decision, but as you can see from that map, there is no national decision being made. It's a very, very local decision.
Hey, Steve, I think the bottom line probably is a liability question as schools get nervous about what they're going to be blamed for, what they'll be held responsible for.
I think that's right. And there are competing interests. Obviously, parents care about their safety, also care about themselves. There's teachers, and there are community aspects to this, which is, we've talked about this before when we first introduced this Burbio data. I don't think we can say this country is reopened until the civic parts of the of communities are open as well, until the chambers of commerce and the libraries and the schools are open. That's why we're following this so carefully. It's a big part of the cultural story going on with this pandemic, and it's a major part of the economic story going on with this pandemic. And the decisions from this map are going to have implications for retailers who are trying to do back-to-school clothing that, well, a lot of kids, more than half, aren't going to need that back-to-school clothing. And there's going to be a lot of computers that are already being bought and sold as a result of this online learning that's going on.